Okay, I think we on. I think that we are on. All right. Okay.
I
Happy
think we on.
Wednesday. Let's go ahead and get started with everything. Ooh, child. Ooh, child. So much going on. So much going on the Pink Man's holiday, child. And it's so sad that all this stuff with black people is happening um on a holiday like this. And you know what? It's so sad that all of this is happening with black people around the 4th of July because I call it the Pink Man's holiday. But we do have a lot of things to discuss and talk about tonight. Usually I go live on Mondays, and if you want to follow me on TikTok, I go live on Saturday nights at 8. But child, we got to talk about Keke Palmer's baby daddy and his explosive tweets on Twitter today. And we must talk about the viral TikToker that went live, or not live, I'm sorry, went viral for saying that he tries to stay away from other black people. So we got a lot to talk about tonight. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into tonight's tea. So now Keke Palmer, what you have to understand about Keke Palmer, let me just kind of pull her up real quick. Let me put her right over here. Hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. Hold up, hold up, hold up. Uh-oh. Let me get it right. Let me get it right. Let me get it right. Hold on, y'all. Hold on, y'all. Hold on, y'all. Keke Palmer. Girl, why is this not working for me? There we go. Okay. Yeah, it was not. It did not want to move. Okay. So this is what's been going on today, and that's what's been the hot topic on Twitter. It's basically in this video, Keke Palmer, it's being Keke Palmer. She's with Usher, looking good as fucking. You know what I love about Keke Palmer in this era right now is she's really like going viral for this post birth body. Look at her body. This woman just had a baby. Can you tell? Because I sure can't. And I don't know. I know celebrities got people in teams to help them keep themselves in check. So when they do have babies, they got things in life going on. They got a team to come behind them and say, okay, let's get in the gym, let's get things popping. I don't know if that's the case for her, but she looks good. That's what I'm trying to say. Um, Now the reason why this became a big deal is because now I didn't even know how he looked. I never really cared to do my research. But the baby, I don't know if he's just a baby daddy right now. I don't know if he's the fiance. I know he's not the husband because I noticed that from Twitter that they're not married. But the baby daddy of Keke Palmer, the one that gave her the baby, took to Twitter and made this tweet saying that it's the outfit though, you a mom, right? And it exploded, especially on Black Twitter, because we do not play about Keke Palmer. Keke Palmer is very dear to our hearts. This is a girl who we've watched grow up. We grew up with. She was in everybody's movie. She was in everybody's TV show. She's that girl. Keke Palmer is a multi-dimensional, talented artist. Well, not I can't say artist, but just a public figure. She's an actress. She makes music. She does this. She does that. So Keke Palmer's that girl. We don't have to ever. We I know for a fact that Keke Palmer is protected, if not by nobody, Black Twitter, right? So of course, Black Twitter has so much to say about this, and so do I because I feel like this. I feel two ways. I feel like why do we expect women when they have babies to be this nun, right? I don't know if we remember or realize that they're people too, and they still have dreams, they have wishes, they have aspirations. So I think the outrage, or part of it really, is the fact that she just had a baby, and I guess her baby daddy is expecting her to be like this nun to cover up everything, amongst other things that we're going to discuss. Because I saw his follow up tweets that I really didn't really appreciate. But of course, Black Twitter had a fit when he made this tweet because, like I said, people automatically assume that when a woman has, especially a black woman, when a woman has a child, that's the end. They can't be sexual, they can't admire their body, they can't show their body. Um, they're just a nun. They have nothing else to offer but to be a mother. And that's just not true. We know that with Beyonce, after she had Blue, or around the time she had Blue, she put out a whole sexual album. So we know that when women have babies, that is not the end all be all. If anything, it's the start of a whole new phase in their life. We know this. We've seen it multiple times. But his angle is, well, you're a mother now, and he was also making some tweets around the conversation of, oh, I don't want my girl being online with her everything out. Okay, I guess that is a valid conversation to put on Twitter and let everybody, all the alpha males, come in and yeah, we get it. I just love how when the alpha males get riled up on Twitter, they all start boosting each other's egos and they start saying, "Well, I understand you, bro. Real dudes get it," and it's nothing to get. You don't own this woman. You don't own this woman. Just because you are in a relationship with her does not mean that you own the rights to her body. You own her. You own her actions. You own that. She must be looking like this when she goes out in public. She must behave like this. To me, that's controlling. You don't have that right. I feel as though as long as she is not being disrespectful, flirtatious, showing nude parts of her body, she literally has a jumpsuit on. You can see her, top part of her body and some leg action. I've seen worse. I've seen worse. And then what gets me is, let me pull up my notes because child, I ramble. What gets me is these men get with these women who um who was like this before they got with the man, right? And all of a sudden, they're expected to tone down their sexuality because they're a woman now, or I'm sorry, they're a mom now. Just not happening. And I don't know how old Keke Palmer actually is. I know she's probably not too far in age from me, and I'm 28 years old. So imagine becoming a mother in the age bracket of, I don't, like, again, I don't know her actual age. Let's look it up because now I'm curious. Because now I want to know. How old is Keke Palmer? 29. So she's 1 year older than me. So imagine having a baby at 29 years old. And because you had this baby, you are now expected to become this nun like figure. Can't be sexual, can't show off parts of your body because it now offends the man. When I feel like, if you know what you got at home, if you know that she's coming back home to you, if you know that she's not out here being disrespectful, why does this bother you so much? She was this person before she got with you. Why do you expect her to change because now she's with you and she had a baby by you? That makes absolutely no sense, and to me it's controlling. But what's even more interesting, let me see if I can pull these tweets up side by side. Now, I don't see how this is a valid argument because we don't know how old this actual picture is. Let me boost me up a little bit more. Hold on, y'all. Let me pull me out just a little, just a little more. There we go. There we go. What now they took to on Twitter and said, "Here I go again, baby daddy." Now, this is what they're saying on Twitter. They're saying, "Well, how can you police Keke Palmer and you're literally on Instagram, with your shirt off? It's a thirst trap. He looked good. We know he looked good. We understand that, and he know why he posted this. I mean, it's no further explanation. However, I think the argument kind of falls flat because we don't know when this was posted. I didn't do my research and see what date that this was actually posted, so we don't actually know. If it was posted prior to this whole argument, then okay. But even if it's still the same concept. I'm going to assume whoever posted this photo took a photo from his most recent feed, at least along the borderlines of when they were together and when had the baby. So when you sit up and police your woman for being outside, with the type of clothes that she has on in this video, but then you hop your ass on Instagram and you're half naked, how does that differ? How does that differ? Again, it's the double standard for me. How can you sit up and police a woman because she has a baby by you now, and she is now expected to cover up and be a nun and be boring? She's 29 years. She hasn't even hit 30, and mind you, 30 is not old, but we know how ageism works in the industry. She has not even hit 30 yet. And because she had your baby, she's expected to become like this woman who's supposed to cover. You know them women who used to wear skirts all the way down to their ankles? Is she supposed to be doing that? So I very think it's kind of hypocritical for him to get on. Well, first off, before anything, whether this photo was posted after or before they got together, let's acknowledge one thing. If I am with you, okay, if I am in a relation if I am in a committed relationship with you, and I am a public figure, right? And you have an issue with something that I did publicly. The moment you hop your ass on the internet to address that private issue publicly, we're done. We're done. Because I feel like this. If he has the gumption to get on the internet and address these kinds of concerns, knowing that his baby mom's girlfriend, whatever you want to call it, is Keke the Palmer. It's not no D list artist or D list celebrity. It's not no have it's no, it's Keke the Palmer. That name holds weight. So when you get on the internet and address an issue like this that could have very well been a text conversation, phone call, kitchen table talk, whatever you want to call it, that to me tells me that you'll go even further when things get really heated. Kind of like Krishan and Blueface, how Krishan will go live or Blueface will kind of publicize the abusive behavior. That to me is how far you will go. Because, like I just said, if you're sitting up on the internet and you are my whole man, and you are on the internet addressing an issue like this, which could have easily been a conversation at the kitchen, I wonder how far you'll. I wonder how far you'll go. I wonder how much more further and what more you are able to do in situations like this. Is this going to always be a thing when you get mad at me if I'm sleeping with Beyonce with my coochie hanging out a little bit, or if I have on a leotard, are you going to get mad at that and get on Twitter and start publicizing your feelings when you can text me, call me, see me? You are literally my whole man. You're not my ex, and you're not just baby dad. So that is scary. And that was my only concern, because I didn't totally count him out for his argument, because I said, well, he feels the way that he feels, whether we feel some kind of way about it. I feel like he shouldn't be controlling. I feel like he should get over it. But at the end of the day, that's how he feels about his relationship, and that could have easily been a conversation. But like I just said, if you are willing to get your ass on the internet and address an issue that is clearly a private conversation, I question how much more further you will go. That's not good. It's not good. So with that being said, Kiki, you got some thinking to do with this whole situation with your baby dads, because I don't know if I'm Kiki the Palmer, and I keep saying Kiki the Palmer for a reason because she is Kiki the Palmer. What if I fart too loud in the morning? Are you gonna sit up and go tweet about that? What if I, you know, got a booger? Are you gonna sit up? Oh, I can't stand, Kiki because she got a booger hanging out. Are you gonna do that? And I know I'm being, very exaggerating, but I think like that because I was with somebody who when we would get into it, we'll run to the internet and start to publicize our issues. That's not fun. And mind you, I'm just PJ Eugene. I'm a up and coming this, that, and the other. I ain't nowhere near a fraction of where Keke Palmer is. So I think it's scary, and I think she really does. If she does decide to, or I'm sorry, if she does have a conversation with him, which I know she will, I would definitely bring that up into consideration and ask those questions. Is this going to happen again? Are you going to continue? And I wish I would have got this screenshot because he even said on Twitter not long ago. I think it was back in the pandemic. It was a tweet that they had brought up. Excuse me. A tweet was brought up, and he had tweeted and said, "When I get in my feelings and when I get insecure, I kind of project them." Now I don't know how true that is in 2020 in 2023, but it looks pretty much the same. It was tweeted back in I think of December of 2020, and it looks very much the same thing in 2023. That's not good. And the thing is, I'm not saying he should not have feelings, he should not have an opinion. It's just you got to move a little bit different when you are on the status or your partner is on the status because now what you're doing is you are being inconsiderate of their image. You are being inconsiderate of who they are. What you did today could possibly hurt Keke Palmer because it's ghetto. It's just like the whole situation with Halle and DDG. Even though Halle never ever spoke out against the situation, we all saw it unfold, and we never got the facts. Yes, but it just taints the brand, bro. It taints the brand. Again, Keke the Palmer, and I can't stand when these dudes who get with these A-list celebrities and they feel some kind of way and think it's okay to go online and voice their opinion as if their opinion holds no weight. No, sweetie. Know who you're with. Read the room. And then I want to bring up look, I took on receipts today. I don't know what the hell where we at. Okay, we're going to bring this over here. So, he tweeted this pretty much after he saw the outrage, which I thought was funny. So read this. He said, "We live in a generation where a man of the family doesn't want the wife and his mother to, I'm sorry, the wife and mother to his kids to showcase booty cheeks. I don't know why that word is so booty cheeks, booty cheeks. Okay, to please others, and he gets he gets told how much of a hater he is. It's my family, my representation, and I have my standards and morals to what I believe in. I rest my case." And you know what? I have to agree with him on some parts of that tweet because it is your relationship. It is, what you guys make okay and not okay, right? But emphasis on y'all, two, an agreement, a commitment, a partnership. I highly doubt that Keke Palmer would like this kind of issue publicized on the internet for everyone to kind of nitpick at, and that's just what I don't find okay. Even though I feel like it's a little controlling that he wants that much control of Keke Palmer and how she expresses herself, especially in media, knowing that she is Keke Palmer, knowing that she's been Keke Palmer and this person ever since she was. You know what I'm saying? So then so again, I love when the alpha men, as I call them, get online and start going because they start getting support from other alphas and they start backing each other up. And this guy said, "It's nothing wrong with that, brother. You always been an understanding man. You're a great father. I would try to keep it off here, though. People aren't rational here." Now that I have to agree with, and that's all I'm saying. You got to understand who you dealing with. You got to understand the how big your words are now. One opinion does not just get a few impressions on Twitter anymore for you. You're dating. I'm sorry. No, let's back up. You have a child with Keke the Palmer. And I just think it's just kind of damaging to Keke in you guys' relationship for you to publicize this and go on. And it really makes you look foolish, and it's embarrassing because she hasn't stepped out and said anything, as she shouldn't. As she shouldn't. I wouldn't say a word. Oh, hold on. Let me see it. Hopefully we ain't disconnect. Let me see how we doing on YouTube. Okay. I think we're back. I think we're good. All right. So yeah. All right. So the next topic on tonight's live. I said I wasn't going to cover it because I feel like it don't need no more attention than it got. But I really think that it's a message that needs to be heard as far as what not to do and how not to move. So this TikToker who has, I want to say, about over 7 million followers. I'm gonna just play the video and we are going to talk about it. Where is it at? Where did I put it? Did I add it? Hold on, y'all. Let me add it to my source. Let me add it to my source. I don't even know the man's name. That's how on it. I don't want to give him no more clout than he's already gotten. And he went, and when I went back to go get the video, I found out he deleted the video.
Is it bad that I stem away from black people? And I feel like
Okay, there it goes. Let's watch it. I'm gonna shut up.
Is it bad that I stem away from black people? And I feel like the reasons that I'm about to provide is extremely valid, at least to me. So the reason why I stem away from people of my own race is because they've always treated me so horribly growing up, and they made me feel like that I don't belong. Literally in school, I was always made fun of by black people for some reason. I was the target. Whether if you were white, Latin, Hispanic, Native American, Asian, it did not matter. Everyone of every race has welcomed me and made me feel like I was a part of them. They made me feel comfortable. They never had a problem with me. But with black people, I was always made fun of. I was turned down. I just never felt like I was a part of them. In school, the only time that they were ever nice to me was when they wanted to get answers from me whenever we were doing schoolwork or a test, just so that they can get a good grade on their assignment. Now, me being the nice, shy kid trying to get out of my bubble, and they just never wanted anything to do with it. So in other words, they would use me and take advantage of me and made me feel like I was a part of them. They never wanted anything to do with me. They never had outside of the classroom. Black people always made fun of me for hanging out with white kids. Black people always made fun of me for hanging out with the Latin and Hispanic kids. Black people always made fun of me for hanging out with the Asian. Black people always made fun of me for hanging out with goth and emo kids. Literally anybody of any race that I was hanging out with besides black, I was pushed down for. And to this day, I only have like 3 black friends. There was also a point in time where I did make some quote unquote friends who were also black. And every single time that they wanted to hang out, they usually wanted to hang out to go to the stores and steal something. Now me, bitch, I'm not about that life. I obey the law. I told them, no, I don't do stuff like that. That's not right. And guess what? I got pushed down for that. And there was also a time where I was walking home from dance practice, and there were these 2 tall black guys who ran up to me, pointed a gun at me, and stole everything that I had. Out in the open, cars were passing by, everything. Nobody stopped to look. Nobody stopped to help me. They stole my wallet, which only had my high school ID in there. They stole the money that I had just gotten paid that night because I used to perform at quinceañeras and schools and stuff like that, you know? So we get paid for that. And they stole my purple DGK hat. Man, that was one.
Ooh, child. Ooh, child. It's getting real ghetto. It's getting very ghetto. Okay. Let me bring him back up, child. All right. So I purposely did not I purposely did not get this man's name, even though his TikTok name is right there. Uh I really wish it wasn't because I don't want to give this man no more clout. But he did delete the video, so I had to go back and screen record the video off Twitter. Just so much to say. So here's my thoughts on this guy and what he just said in this video. Number one, when you have an influence that big, let me take my glasses off because I don't want no light reflecting in my. When you have an influence this big, 7.4 million followers, and you put out a message this dangerous, you gotta now be careful of what you say. Even if I felt this way, I would have never put that out because It's just some things that are more damage than informational. I understand he was trying to express himself. I understand he wanted to express his experiences and why he feels the way he feels now about trying to stay away from black people. And the only thing that I empathize with him on is the actual experience because I understand being a black queer boy, it's not easy. It's not easy growing up. I get it. Your own kind will try to fight you because you're too feminine. Your own kind will try to, just bash you because you're a young black queer boy and don't let you be fat. So I'm not sure how he looked when he was younger, but I'm going to assume he was. So I can add that to his list of. Hold on, say not disconnected. Let me make sure we on good. Make sure we good. It says it disconnected. Okay, we good. I get the whole outrage. When you are a young black queer boy and you're being bullied and you're being talked about just because you exist, I get how that can be so damaging. But you cannot let that determine all black people and stereotype just all black people. Now, here's where it gets dangerous. And he said in the video that basically like the antidote to this bullying that he was receiving by black people was to associate himself in white spaces or just be part of spaces that were non people of color. And here's where it gets dangerous. If me, a black queer boy, is coming to a white space because, oh my gosh, black people have been mean to me, they bully me all my life to this day, they make fun of me because of the way I talk, because I talk, very proper, enunciated. So I'm going to go to a white space to make myself feel included and make myself feel welcome. The reason why that is dangerous is because when you go to a white space thinking that you're going to find sanctuary, you're not. You're not going to find sanctuary because you're coming to this space with the idea of sanctuary while they see you coming and they see that you and them have now a common enemy. Okay? And don't think for 1 minute that that's not what they're thinking. Because when you're running to those spaces saying, oh my gosh, black people just treated me so wrong, they bullied me, da, 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 da. Don't think for a second they're not propelling their feelings toward the stereotype that all black people are this way. And that's why it's dangerous. Because you are fueling the agenda. I won't use the word agenda, but you are fueling the stereotype that all black people are this, are that, we do this and we do that, when what you experience could have happened in any space, in any race, amongst anybody. It is not just solely um, a black experience. Everybody gets bullied. Everybody gets talked about. It's just with your experience, it was by people who looked like you. And I'm not saying that that's cool, but you got to be careful when you run into non people of color trying to solve people of color issues. I'd rather duke it out with my own people than go over there where it's a whole different ball game, a whole different texture, a whole different motive and reason to why they do what they do, why they feel what they feel. You got to be careful. And that's the danger that you're putting out with this video. And I'm glad he removed it because that tells me that you had some kind of, or you felt some kind of way about the backlash, which is good. Because when I tell you them people were on TikTok eating him up, I was like, oh my goodness. Like, I get that we're outraged, but someone took the time out and actually educate this boy on why he's wrong in trying to go to these spaces, even with the color contacts and trying to make the hair. I don't know if he's using an S curl to make his hair curly or make himself seem more racially ambiguous, as we say. But you got to be careful with how you're trying to appeal yourself. You got to be careful. And I also feel like no one taught him that black is okay. Black is beautiful. Despite what you've been through, black is okay. I understand that, and this is what I also said. We're not the nicest people. I'm not going to even front. We can be bullies. We can be trolls. We can be all that under the sun. But what we ain't going to do is go to a school and everybody. So I just feel like you got to be careful with what you get yourself into and what message you're putting out. And you know what else what's so crazy? And this is just like my own 2 cents. I went on his live last night. I just wanted to see what he was about. I just want to see like what was he doing on an average day. And I don't know what he said. I think he was selling a hoodie. I think he was selling a hoodie. And I found it so funny how he made a whole video saying that black folks are this and that and the other, but he was selling hoodies and taking payments via Cash App. I was like, that's kind of unprofessional. And yes, he was saying that the website was down and the website was going through maintenance and X, Y, and Z and blah, 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 blah. It's still not professional. It's still not professional to sit up on um your platform of 7.4 million followers and the total wasn't no ho. The total that the person was getting ready to pay was like $700 plus. So I thought that was kind of ironic that that was going on right after that video went viral. So if you have not learned anything from this video with this guy, learn that black is okay. Learn that the black experience is a difficult experience, but I would not trade this experience for no other. That's just me. So I hope that he heals. I hope that he knows that everything that he has been given as far as his hair texture, his eye color, his weight, his body structure is okay. It's okay. You don't have to racially ambiguify yourself to make yourself seem more interesting or better than the next person, especially the next black person. So I hope that he heals and learns that he's all right. He's all right as long as he accepts himself. So those are just my thoughts on everything today. What do y'all think about the whole drama with Keke Palmer and her baby daddy? And what do y'all think about the whole situation with other black people feeling like that we are our own common enemy? Let me know in the comment section. It was good speaking with y'all tonight. I hope to see y'all on the next live. All right, peace out, y'all. Yeah.